Welcome to Accent on Education. My name is Laura Hoover, Culpeper County Public Schools Director of Communication, and I'm excited for a great episode today. First, we'll have our Director of Human Resources, Michelle Metzgar, talking with our Licensure Specialist, Chloe Edwards, and a soon-to-be first-year teacher, Leanna Ewell, who's recently completed our Pathways to Teaching program. So we are looking forward to hearing all about that program. In addition, we have an interview with our winning E-Squared team right after their names were announced for winning the E-Squared competition.
Hi, I'm Michelle Metzgar. I'm the Executive Director of Human Resources for Culpeper County Public Schools. Today I'm here with two people that I think you should hear from. First, from our office, we have Mrs. Chloe Edwards. Chloe is our Licensure and Employment Specialist, and she's going to talk a little bit about some of the programs that we have in Culpeper that allow people to come into the division with associate's degrees or without, but ways that we can get you into a teaching position. So Chloe, talk about some of our programs.
Okay, so many years ago we started to really decide that where we wanted to head was growing our own. And in growing our own amongst our school division and helping our staff members become teachers, we decided that tuition reimbursement was number one in their book as to how to do that. So we have different programs to do that. We have a local tuition reimbursement line that we have utilized to help anyone that already has a bachelor's degree work towards getting full licensure. But then I think our most important, and something that we started 2 years ago now, we're going into our third year, is our Pathways to Teaching program. That program is anybody that has an associate's degree and is a paraeducator with us, and they are interested in becoming an elementary teacher or a special education teacher. They go through James Madison University's Bachelor of Individualized Studies program. They do it online. They work for us full time. And if they're approved in our program, we will pay their full tuition directly to JMU.
Which has been really helpful. We've been very fortunate. Our school board has given us money for these programs, and so this will be year number 3. We'll be starting the next group. So Chloe, tell us about this year's.
So Leanna Ewell was one of our first entrants into the program. We're very proud of the accomplishments that she's made. She is an instructional assistant at Sycamore Park Elementary School, and she'll be moving into the teacher role next year. Is completing her second year with the JMU program, and will be graduating. And so we're very excited because she's our first person done with it, and it just shows the success of the program. Sycamore Park has utilized her in many ways to help the school, to grow her. When they have a need for, if a teacher's out and they don't have a substitute, they use Leanna in many ways to be a long-term sub in the classroom because she brings professionalism, the knowledge that she's learned with JMU, being with us for so many years, and she's a perfect fit for this program.
Leanna, tell us about yourself. Where are you from? Did you grow up in Culpeper, and how'd you get to Sycamore Park?
So I actually grew up in Northern Virginia. I'm from Manassas, and I moved with my sister's mother into a home in Culpeper. And I decided, at first I was assistant director at a daycare, and decided that I should get into elementary school.
Okay, so how long have you been at Sycamore Park?
3 years.
3 years.
3 years.
And what made you decide, okay, I'm ready to move into the teacher role? Tell us about that.
I think I just liked being at Sycamore Park. So at first I was going to leave my first year. After my first year I was going to leave and go back to Northern Virginia. But then I liked it. And as soon as I was going to leave, and then I was like, I don't know. So then that's when I started talking to Chloe, and she offered this program to me. So.
How has it been? Has it been difficult? Pretty easy? How's it been for you?
It has been an easy transition. I think school is very difficult with balancing full-time work and doing school, but as far as the process of it, it's extremely easy.
Do you find value in knowing that you're a para, you know the school, you know some of the teachers? How has that helped you?
I feel like it makes me a little less nervous for next year and becoming a first-year teacher because I get the experience with my actual coworkers and people who I will be working with, and I know the team I'm going to be on, and I was able to get to know them a lot better just by being in there.
So what is the thing that you're looking most forward to about having your own classroom?
I would say just being able to have students that are, I guess, my own students, because I'm also a para. I go and I do small groups everywhere. Whereas now when I become a teacher, it'll be my own classroom and I will be able to build, I feel like I build relationships really well, but I will be able to make like a stronger one with the students in my own classroom.
What is one thing that scares you the most about being a new teacher?
The pressure. When you are, I guess when you're outside looking in, you don't know how much a teacher actually does. So
true.
when I am a para, I know that at the end of the day, I can always, if something happens, I can just go to their teacher and say something to their teacher. Having my own classroom, I don't get to do that. So I think I'm just most nervous of having that full responsibility of, I'm excited to build a relationship, but I have to have the full like parent contact, all of that I did not have as a para. So,
Well, one thing you'll have is a mentor and a division lead mentor. Chloe, you want to talk a little bit about the mentoring program?
So that's another thing that we have found that really needed additional support. We were getting new teachers, the Pathways program growing our own. That was another piece to the puzzle that we decided really needed an additional and a more defined framework. And so we built our mentoring program where we only had our mentors for each new teacher. Then we added school lead mentors so that all of our new teachers had a second layer of support from their school lead mentor. And then a division lead mentor. The best part of that is that it is 3 layers of clear supports for our new teachers so that they are getting every piece of their first year looked at, helped, and so that's another piece to growing our own and then making sure our new teachers get the support that they need the first year.
Wonderful. So if you're interested in teaching in Culpeper, please go online to our website. Also follow us on social media. I think we're HR4CCPS Web. If you want to talk about licensing, if you are a graduate and you don't know anything about becoming a teacher and want to know, please reach out to Chloe. Leanna, we wish you the very best.
Thank
we will
you.
check in with you next year
Thank
as
you
you get
so
your
much.
own classroom, and we're very excited to have you on board.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Thank you, Michelle, Chloe, and Leanna, for coming on the show today and talking about the Pathways to Teaching program. Next, we will have an interview with our winning E² team. E² is a competition that is sponsored by Career Partners with Culpeper County Public Schools, where students take a semester-long class where they come up with a business plan and pitch their plan to a group of judges, similar to Shark Tank. It's a very intense process and the kids work so hard, and we had the pleasure of catching our winning team, Orion, just after they learned that they won the competition. It is such an honor to have you here today to tell us a little bit about E² and your experiences, but first, I'd like for you to just introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Brian Balderrama, and I am part of Orion.
My name is Sean Rooney, and I'm a part of the winning team Orion.
And I'm Allison Ramos, and I'm part of the team as well.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Welcome. I'm so glad to have you here today. You guys are a team from Culpeper County High School who has been working very hard this semester in the E² class, all leading up to this point today. How does it feel to get to the finish line?
I think I let out a big sigh of relief because it's a lot. It's months and months of work leading up to this, and I was definitely confident in our team, but I participated last year, and unfortunately in the finals we didn't win. So winning this time definitely felt like a weight lifted off my shoulders.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like what Sean said, it really did feel like just a massive weight lifted off our shoulders. Obviously, we felt great with our presentation, but there were a lot of great teams here today, and it was definitely a close call.
Yeah, it still hasn't hit me yet, but as mentioned before, it's been a lot throughout these months, like practicing over and over, and just like today was the final day, and it's
That's great.
surreal.
Well, thanks. One thing, I'm not sure if the people who are watching, because a lot of people watch the finals, they get into the finals, but I'm not sure that people understand that this is just one small piece of the journey that you've been on. Can you tell me a little bit about E Squared in general, and just how you get from the beginning, which is a class at your high school, to this point?
I think one of the very important parts of E Squared that every team goes through is everyone learns how to network, because whatever idea they have, they're working with professionals, they're working with these people who have years and years of experience. So learning how to network and how to find these people, I think is great. And I think it's a massive part of E Squared.
Okay.
I would say as the experience, like you get to meet a lot more people and like experience new things that you're not used to it before, and like it creates like memories throughout your life that it will carry on.
Okay. Now talk a little bit about Orion. Tell us about your idea. For those who didn't see the competition, what did you come up with, and why was it the winning idea?
We came up with Orion, which is a learning tool to help students and teachers benefit off of AI rather than hurt the classroom. It allows students to receive information directly from their curriculum, so that instead of AI cheating and giving them the answer, it uses the information that can help them for them to better understand their curriculum. We all know ChatGPT, once you start typing in your assignment, copy and paste, it's pretty easy to fall into that trap of continuously doing that. So we're trying to steer away from that.
And we want to put an emphasis on us just helping with learning. We never give the answer, and we just give explanations so our students can help better understand the topics they're learning in the classroom.
Great. So making AI a learning tool instead of a cheating tool.
Absolutely.
Excellent. So do you have any thoughts of where you might take this idea beyond E Squared?
I mean, if there's anybody listening out there and they want to invest, we're willing to hear y'all out, I'd say.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So E Squared, the way it is set up, is it just you guys in the classroom doing your thing, or there's others that work with you to help you through it?
So we worked with two coaches, Tad Loving and Sydney Bauer, and they're with us. They usually come to the classroom 2 or 3 times a week, and all of the teams are all in the same classroom, so we get to see everyone's progression, everyone who they meet, and yeah.
It's a lot of different people helping with a lot of different things. I think this week both of our coaches came in almost every day. A lot of rehearsing, a lot of things like that. Ray Knott met with us earlier in the semester, and he was talking to us about how he came up and how he made his businesses and got to where he is today. So it's a lot of different people, and you get a lot of different perspectives to help you with your business plans.
All right. So I'm glad you said business plans. So E Squared, again, a lot of people who are just watching don't realize that there's more to it than just the live presentation. So tell me a little bit about that piece of it.
Well, the business plan, I have to applaud the judges for reading all these business plans that are 25, 30 pages long, and it really does take all of the semester to get these business plans done, whether it's research, primary research, seeing what we can find on the internet, or setting up meetings with all these other people. And it is there's a reason why 60% of this is the business plan. It takes hours of work outside the classroom as well, whether it's at home, staying up late, or having to miss practice, because E Squared, it's a lifestyle. It's been a massive part of our lives this semester.
That's great. So winning the competition comes with a $10,000 scholarship for each of you. Any ideas of what you'll do with that?
Well, I'm not sure what college I'd like to attend, but I think the $10,000 definitely will put a dent in whatever money I'll have to pay for it, and I'm very grateful for this opportunity and blessed to have won the competition.
Yes, absolutely. I do plan on going to a 4-year college, and I know these colleges can be very, very expensive. So having this $10,000 stipend to help me further my education, it's a massive relief for not only myself, but for my parents as well.
Great.
I'm also looking into colleges, and it will help a lot since it's probably like it will help out with my education a lot, and very grateful for this opportunity.
That's great. Do you think that you will pursue business? Has this class inspired anyone to pursue business as in your education?
I mean, me personally, I'll definitely look into it because all of this was completely new to me, but I really did enjoy the whole process. And who knows, I might be back here next year.
Okay.
I am looking forward to do business in the future.
Excellent.
I'm not certain. It was definitely a lot of work, and doing it back-to-back years, I definitely had a better understanding this year, so it made it easier. Last year when I was doing it for the first time, it was a whole new scene, and I was a little overwhelmed, but I enjoyed it. Not sure if I'll do it in college, but the option's always there.
Well, that's great. So you've learned a lot from it. Another thing, I'm glad you mentioned that this is a class that you can repeat and do more than once. But I am so excited for you guys. Congratulations for winning the competition. Thank you for taking a minute to talk with me today. Is there anything else you'd like to share with anyone out there about E Squared or about today or anything else?
I would just say to anyone who, obviously everyone has dreams, that anyone who has any sort of interest in the business to come apply for E Squared because it's a great opportunity and it's a great experience.
I'd say it definitely pushes you out of your comfort zone, makes you do a lot of things you wouldn't think that you would even do before, but it's definitely helped me a lot and gave me a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess inspiration to just keep going even when things are a little difficult.
That's great.
Always be open-minded to other ideas, and yeah.
Well, that's great. All right. Thank you all so much for being here today. Thank you for watching. Right here, you've heard from the 2025 E Squared winning team, Orion, from Culpeper County High School. We appreciate career partners and everyone who's been a part of the E Squared competition, and looking forward to what we will see in next year's competition. Thank you, Orion, for joining me and talking about E Squared today. Thank you, Michelle, Chloe, and Leanna. And thank everyone for watching Accent on Education. We'll see you next time.